Welcome back to another yoga class with me. As always, we're starting off in our comfortable seated position. So get yourself there. It's no rush, take your time. And as always, this does not have to be cross-legged. It can be legs out in front. It can be sitting with your knees into the chest, whatever feels comfortable for you and your body. Yoga is an intuitive practice, which means that it's about reflecting on yourself, your own body, your own practice, noticing how you feel internally, and just respecting that and responding to that. For today's practice, we are going to be focusing on our relaxation, and this is going to be a really, really slow, super chilled out practice for our Sunday arvo. We're going to be just really slow and relaxed. I just said that, I just repeated myself, but it's the best way to put it. I'm going to focus on our mobility, on our deep stretching, our flexibility, and a little bit of our functional strength as well. In our comfortable seated position, let's close our eyes. And we're taking this brief opportunity at the start of our class to notice not only just how we are feeling physically, but noticing how we are mentally right now, noticing where our breath is naturally sitting right now as well. This is a really big thing. If you're noticing that you're experiencing any short or shallow breathing in the chest, let's go back to encouraging our deep, slow and steady breath. As we inhale, we're going to take a deep breath down into the belly, feeling the belly expand with air. And as you exhale, slow and steady, you want to fully empty the breath. So encouraging and sucking our navel back in towards the spine, breathing out through the nose. If at any point throughout practice that this nostril breathing does not work for you, for instance, if you get a little bit puffed out or anything like that, feel free to exhale through the mouth. I'm not going to be totally controlling like that. It's not fair, but try your best to use nostril breathing to strengthen your heart muscles. So breathing in, taking in our intention of relaxation today, telling your body, your mind, your breath to let go. And as we exhale, we are releasing ourselves of stress, negativity, self-judgment and self-criticism, letting all that stuff go. Just let it be blown away from you with your breath. And let's get started. Slow and gentle movements. Let's start by just rolling the shoulders. As always, throughout the class, I will offer modifications as best as I can as we go, but just because I do something here does not mean you have to copy me exactly. Feel free to kind of take it with a grain of salt and switch up if you need it for your body. Beautiful, and roll the shoulders forward. Back stillness, rolls into the neck. Slow, big circles. Back in the opposite direction. And back to stillness. Taking our hand down on the mat beside us, we're going to walk one of our hands away from the body, so you can go over and stretch to the side of the body. Remember to keep your breath really slow and steady. Nice deep breath. Take it over to the other side. We're going to do each side twice, so just take it through your own timing. There's no rush. After you've done each side twice, you're coming back up to the middle. From here, extending our legs out long in front of us, going to pick up one of our feet, placing it over the top of our knee. Coming from the opposite side, we're crossing over, placing our elbow on the outside of that knee, encouraging that back arm as far back as you can. We're looking out over our back shoulder for a nice spinal stretch. Beautiful. Swap over to the other side. So bring that foot down, taking over opposite foot over top of the knee, opposite elbow on the outside of the knee, back hand, walk it over to the side, looking over our back shoulder. Beautiful, and release from here. We're coming down onto the back. Starting off, just bring the legs, leaving out long, arms over the top of the head on the mat. Stretch and lengthen all the way from your fingertips down to your toes. Stretching from your right fingertips down to your left toes. So focusing on a diagonal stretch through the spine. And over to the other opposite sides, left fingertips down to the right toes. And relax. From here, bring your knees up into the chest, wrapping our arms around the knees. Let's do a bit of a massage for our lower back and hips. So just listen to your body. Squeezing those knees into the chest, going to lift our heads up off the mat. But if at any point you get a lot of stiffness or soreness in the neck, feel free to bring it back down onto the mat. Here, extending one leg out long, but we're not letting it hit the mat. We're keeping it up off the ground. Throwing that knee to the nose. Swapping sides. Same thing again, not letting that leg drop to the ground, knee to the nose. Swapping again. And for the last time, let's swap our legs. Keep it up off the mat. Keep your breath nice and slow and steady. And back down to the mat, knees into the chest. From here, we're going to hold onto our knees, encouraging them further away from each other, opening up a little bit through the hips. Feel free to do a little rocking from side to side. We want to encourage our knees away from your body. Just let your feet relax. We're not going to come into our happy baby just yet. We're just going to focus on this hip opening stretch. For some people, this can actually work a lot better for opening up the hips and the groin as opposed to our child's pose, because they can find it really difficult getting the feet straight up in the ceiling. We want to add a little bit of resistance, placing our hands on the insides of our thighs, on our knees, and we are pushing them down slowly towards the mat. Keep it really gentle. Effort is good, but pain is not yogic at all. So if you experience any pain or just go a little bit too far, just bring your knees back in, give yourself a moment, connect back to the breath. Slow and steady breaths. As you inhale, feel that belly rise with the air. Exhale, draw the navel back into the spine. From here, if you want to come into your happy baby, I invite you to do so. But if you're actually really happy here and getting a really good stretch, just stay there. Some days we get a lot tighter than others. Just gently rocking from side to side. I decided to actually copy I think it was called the Ludic workout from Friday, the 400-meter runs with the overhead lunges, and my legs are still really, really sore. So I'm struggling a lot with this, and today, potentially if you did the same workout, you might be feeling that as well. A lot of stiffness and tightness. That is absolutely fine. Just take it real easy. Beautiful, and knees back into the body. Placing our feet down on the mat, we're going to come into our spinal twist. So arms out at shoulder height. We're going to try to keep them stacked and get a deeper stretch, but if you want a bit of a looser stretch, keep your feet and knees further apart, just let them glide from side to side, something a bit deeper. Stacked feet and knees, draw the knees up towards the elbow and looking over the opposite shoulder. Oh, I just got my neck cracked from that. Hopefully you guys are getting a good stretch. Just take it in your own time. Whenever you're ready to swap sides, just go for it. We want to try draw our shoulder that we're looking towards. So if our hands are looking over, if our eyes are directed towards our left hand, we want to try to keep that left shoulder on the mat. We don't want it coming up too much. We want to try to keep it really low down. That's how you're going to get a really good stretch. So a couple more times. When you're ready, draw the knees back into the chest, place the feet on the ground. From here, we're going to come into our figure 4 stretch. Really great for the legs, particularly the hammies. So we're going to pick up one of our legs. We want to place that ankle on top of the knee. From here, lift that back foot up off the mat. We want to interlace our fingers back behind the knee. If that's not quite possible, just try hold onto the thigh. You can keep your knee bent or straighten it if that works better for you. It's up to you. From here, we're just drawing the legs as close as we can in towards the body. We start to feel a good stretch through not only our straight leg, but also our bent leg, particularly our bent leg. As soon as you start to feel a pretty good deep stretch there, even if you haven't quite got one yet into our straight leg, it's absolutely fine. You want to give your free leg a little bit of a rotation in the ankle. Feel free to go for it. It's always great just adding a little bit of extra movement and stretch when you have the opportunity to do so. As I said before, you don't have to straighten this leg. Feel free to keep it bent if that's more comfortable for your body. I find I can get a little bit deeper with the straight leg, but that's just me. Slow, deep breaths.
And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be better, and I told you to be kind, and all you know is wasted.
Beautiful. Let's bring this leg back down. I'm going to swap side. Be really slow and gentle, releasing that leg out. Swapping over. Oh, I'm a lot stiffer on this side. Oh my word. Ooh. And slow rotations in that free ankle if you want to. Don't forget to breathe really slow and steady, deep breaths. Beautiful, and let's slowly release back out. Release those legs nice and slow and steady. Give yourself a moment to just kind of aid to the body. If you want to just give yourself a quick little massage on the legs. You need to kind of do a little bit of side to side for the back. Go for it. Just a little opportunity here to just do what's right for your body. When you're ready, from here, we're going to hold onto the backs of our knees and we're going to do a little bit of spinal rocking here. Hopefully you're on some carpet or something soft, not on concrete or floorboards. If you are on concrete and floorboards, be a little bit careful because it's really harsh on the spine. So feel free to skip this bit if you want. But we're just going to do a little bit of rocking up, tap the toes. Rocking back, see if you can tap the toes once again. Don't stress if you can't tap the toes behind you, just rock back to where it's comfortable for you. This is one of my favourite things to do for my spine. Just one more. And when we come up, we're going to stay here. Swivel those knees around so we're in our kneeling position. Just sit in a kneeling position that's comfortable for you. If absolutely no kneeling position is comfortable for you, feel free to actually sit on a chair for this bit. Sitting cross-legged isn't really the best bet because we want to have a really, really straight spine. Even if you want to kneel, that's more comfortable for you and your body, feel free to do that. We're doing some shoulder stretches here. So I'm side on so you guys can see how straight I'm keeping my spine and have a bit of better view of what I'm doing with my hands. We've done these quite a few times now, so you probably should know the roll. We're starting off with one arm, whichever arm you want. Bring it up, bend at the elbow, coming across with the other hand, holding the elbow, drawing it across the body. So coming through the side, so over to the other side. With this stretch, we want to focus on having a straight spine. We also want to focus on having our neck, our rib cage, and our hips, all three stacked on top of each other. So keeping our torso as one unit. Slow and steady breaths. Looking forward, not down. So eyes are not looking at the ground, they're looking straight forward. Let's swap sides. And release, bring your arms down. From here, if you can't reach out and make contact with your fingers, feel free to grab like a face towel, a water bottle, even a weight, something you can hold two sides up. And we're moving into this stretch, trying to connect the hands and making sure, really important here, we're looking forward and straight spine. Slow and steady deep breaths. Once again, let's swap sides. So using something to help you if you need, nothing wrong with that. As long as you're getting a stretch, it really does not matter how you go about it. Beautiful, and let's release. From here, hands on the knees, seated cat-cow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, look up, puff that chest forward. Exhale, round to the back, roll shoulders forward, chin to chest. Inhale, puff through the chest, roll the shoulders back, looking up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, arch the spine, chin to the chest. No rush, just take it through in your own time. Couple more. From here, place your hands on the mat, coming into our tabletop. Let's go into our thread the needle stretch. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, draw that arm through. If you want to add on that additional stretch by bringing your hand on top and slowly, gently guiding that lower arm further away from the body, feel free to do that, but it is optional, so if you prefer not to, that's totally fine.
You can't possibly know me. People's panic today. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just dumb. Made a plan to get home, baby. Took a chance to hold on tight
Let's take an inhale, draw that arm back up,
to the fantasy I've given.
and exhale down onto the mat. Let's take the stretch into the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, thread the needle. And if you want, once again, you can add on that optional stretch.
What you're coming for is insane. You can't possibly know me. People's panic today. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just dumb.
Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, back down onto the mat. From here, we're going to sit our hips back in our child's pose. Bring our forehead towards the mat, focusing on the breath.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm right now. Maybe I'm wrong.
From here, lift your forehead up. We're going to start to move our arms over to one side. We are going to bring our forehead back down. We're trying to get a stretch through the side of the body. over to the other side. Let's all go hands across, all the way over, getting out to stretch to the opposite side now.
The light was leaving you west, the children's laughter sang, skipping just like the stones. The voices echo miles away. Just enough with the sunset and now so far even give us just enough light to live underneath the stars. Listen to Papa's translations of stories across the sky.
And drawing hands back into the middle, lifting up back to our tabletop from here. Tuck under the toes, we're sending out your hips up, climbing tall hips up to downward dog. So here in our downward dog, we're going to paddle our feet, stretching out to the backs of the legs.
Stars above, chasing the day away to find stories every sometimes. Listen close enough, all else may.
Try to encourage both heels down towards the mat. From here, we're going to begin to walk our hands in towards the feet. So we're in our forward fold. We don't want to be looking down towards our feet. We actually want to be looking through our legs. We want to hold onto the elbows, do a little side to side rocking. If you need a nice generous bend in the knees for this, please feel free to do so. And releasing the elbows. We're going to take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we're beginning to roll our spine up, stacking one vertebrae on top of each other at a time. The last thing that it lifts is our neck. So we're in standing. From here, just stepping into the middle of your mat, hands by your sides, feet hip distance apart, close your eyes. Focusing on the breath. This pose is called Tadasana. It is our mountain pose, a pose of witnessing and of reflection. We want to focus on our connection to the earth beneath us, our connection to the body, and our connection to the breath.
Breathe, breathe in the air, set your intention, breathe with care. Tomorrow's a new day, brand new moon, brand new sun.
Slowly opening the eyes, going to come into our standing side stretches. So take one foot, stepping back behind the opposite. We're holding on to the same ankle as the foot that stepped back, reaching up and then over to the side.
Follow Direction of love.
And to release, let's take this over to the other side.
Breathe. Cherish this moment. Cherish this man. Tomorrow's a new day. Brand new moon, brand new sun.
And release back to the middle. From here, we're going to just step our feet apart so we're in a wide-legged stance. And taking our hands out, shoulder height, with whichever foot you want to start off with first. We're going to tilt those toes out a little bit, between 45 to 90, whatever feels comfortable for your hips. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, we're coming down. We want to keep our legs really straight. So even if your triangle or your Trikonasana looks like this, that's absolutely fine. If you can reach the mat, that's great, but we definitely want to keep both legs nice and straight. Direction of the gaze can either be down towards our toes or up towards our fingertips. Whatever comfortable for you and your neck, just listen to your body. We want to focus, if we do have our hands on the mat, we don't want to draw into the shoulder like this. We're nice and strong. We've barely got any weight at all coming down onto the mat. You can even just lightly touch the fingertips there. We just want to make sure that we're not really dropping ourselves into the mat with our hands. Slow, deep breaths. From here, bending into this knee. We're taking our hands back behind the knee if we can, interlacing our fingers. If this is not comfortable or possible for your body, just keep your hand on the ground. See if you can just bend that elbow back behind the body. Slow and steady breaths. Let's slowly begin to come out of this pose, back to the middle, throw those arms out, toes back to the front, other toes facing out now. Take an inhale here, and as we exhale, we come down to Trikonasana through the opposite side. Once again, listening to your body, stopping at whatever point is comfortable for you. We want to keep both legs dead straight. Making sure not to press too much of our weight into that hand if you are down on the mat. Gaze can be down to the toes, up towards the fingertips, whatever feels better for you and your body. Once again, bending into that opposite knee, taking in our bind. If this isn't possible, hand stays on the mat. See if you can just place that hand on the back. So bend with the elbow, just place the hand on the small of your back. And slowly releasing, coming back up, standing, toes facing in. From here, we're going to take an inhale. As we exhale, we are folding forward. If you need to bend the knees, go for it. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our backs and drop the hands towards the mat, drawing in our shoulder stretch. And bring those hands down, slowly lift the body back up. From here, heel toe the feet in, a little bit wider than hip distance apart, toes pointing outwards. Going to take an inhale, collecting love, light, positive energy in the universe. Drawing it in past our mind as we exhale, a clear thought, our lips to words of wisdom, our hearts to actions of compassion. Let's do this once more. Inhaling, collecting love, light, positive energy. Exhale past the mind, the lips, the heart. From here, we're going to come down into our yogi squat. So take an inhale, exhale, and we lower. If the yogi squat is not comfortable for you and your body, that is absolutely fine. A lot of people, particularly their ankles, really don't like this pose. So if you're not feeling it today, that's fine. Come down to the hips, come into butterfly. Still a really good hip opening stretch. Our yogi squat has so many benefits for our body. We want to make sure we're keeping a nice straight back. Helps relieve constipation, bloating, stomach pain, menstrual cramps, and lower back pain. Also helps strengthen our lower body, increases our spinal flexibility, helps aid in mobility as well of the hips. If you are in your butterfly, just stay here. Feel free to include some side stretches if you like. Otherwise, in our yogi squat, we're going to do some mobility work here. So coming down, we're going to drop one knee down, one knee to the other side. We're going to inhale, bring it back through the middle to our yogi squat. Exhale, take this through to the other side. Inhale, come back to the middle. Exhale, dropping the knees in one direction. And we can move our hips forward. Helps create a little bit of momentum. Nice and slow and steady. There's no rush. This does not have to look graceful. It can be as clunky as you need it to be. Just a couple more times before we come down onto the back. One more time each side. Beautiful. From here, bring your feet around. Drop yourself down onto the back. Give yourself a little hip and lower back massage. I can see that you're trying to get on your own. It's all you've ever known. The time slow. From here, drop your feet. Let your legs go out along on the mat. Drop your arms up above your head. Give yourself a little stretch and lengthen all the way from your fingertips down to the toes. Real active stretching and engagement, focusing on elongation through the spine. When you're ready, bring your arms down by your side, and we're here in Shavasana for our final meditation. If you need a quick moment here to just flick off the lights, grab yourself a drink of water, pop on another layer, grab a blanket, give you guys a little bit of time to do that. In Shavasana, the main thing is to be really, really comfortable. Discomfort when you're in Shavasana is not yogic at all, because if you're uncomfortable, you're not going to be able to just sit there and enjoy it and focus on the breath. So do whatever you like to make yourself comfortable. One thing I won't recommend, which I've said before, is just if you can help it, try not to place something back behind your head. This doesn't help create the natural progression of the spine, which is actually really good for our bodies. But if you need to pop a pillow under your knees, that's a really nice way to reduce a bit of pressure on the hips. And make sure our palms are facing up. But then again, if that's not comfortable, you don't have to. It's just a good way to create that flow of energy and prana through the body. Having our hands and feet facing out and palms of the hand facing up is the traditional way of eliminating negative energy from the body. So if you're wearing socks, this could be blocking your negative energy flow and removal. So keep your hands up if you like to do that. Here in Shavasana, we just want to remind ourselves that we have nowhere else to be right now. We have nothing else to do. This time is dedicated towards yourself, your body, your breath, your mental health. Right now, nothing else matters. This time is yours to create mindfulness, to release negativity, stress, and tension from your body, and to promote well-being and peace. Close your eyes. Let your body be heavy. Release any tension, stress, or pressure from your body. Relax the forehead, the space in between the eyebrows. Relax your cheeks, all the little muscles around your lips, mouth, and jaw. Release and relax. Relax the neck. Release the shoulders. And relax the hips, both equally as heavy, sinking into the mat. Release the pressure and stress from your hands and feet. Let them be heavy. Let them hang away from the body. Turn your attention to the breath, focusing on slow and steady, deep breaths. As you inhale, nice and slow and steady, deep into the belly, feeling it rise with air, taking in the relaxation we've cultivated today through our practice. And as we exhale, we are drawing navel back into the spine, slow and steady, releasing all the air from our lungs. Just keeping that rhythm, really slow and steady, deep breaths. Focusing on our breath is the easiest and most effective, quickest way to relax the nervous system and promote well-being and mindfulness and reduce stress. So for the next remaining few minutes of our class, please just enjoy this practice in stillness and silence.
Let's slowly begin to encourage some soft and gentle movement back into the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly let your head rock from side to side. When you're ready, take an inhale, draw your arms up behind your head on the mat. Stretch and lengthen all the way from your fingertips down to your toes. And when you're ready, drawing hands into prayer at the heart. I honor and respect the place in you where the whole universe resides, a place of peace, of light, and of love. When you're in this place and I'm in this place, we are in the same place and we are one. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another online practice. I really do hope that you enjoyed it, you got something out of it, and whether you're watching this in the morning or during the day, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, or if you're watching this in the hour or evening, hope you have the best sleep ever tonight. I just am so grateful for the people who take the time out of their day to do these practices, and I really, really hope that you are enjoying them. And yeah, just getting something good out of them during this time in lockdown. So hopefully I'll see you all soon. And yeah, thank you a lot. I'll catch you guys later.